What seems to be overpriced, but in reality is 100% worth it? An Uber home instead of a DUI. Whether it's court costs, the more than monetary costs of an accident, and the issue of having a suspended license. It's not worth it. Don't drink and drive. I'm usually a cheapskate, but experience has taught me that some things are worth spending money on. For example, car wash vacuum cleaners. So worth it to spend $1.50 or whatever to use one rather than trying to use your own vacuum cleaner. And they get your car cleaner much faster than dragging out your home vacuum to try to clean your car with. Electronics. Buy them new from brand name shops. It isn't worth hassling to save $10 somewhere and getting something that doesn't work or doesn't have a reasonable return policy. Household help. If you can afford it, get someone to come in and clean your house on a regular basis. So it stays always clean, without you having to do anything. Education. Now this is a big one, and far more could be written about it. Obviously, not all education expense is worthwhile, so I'm not necessarily referring to a college degree or whatnot. But educating yourself, or especially educating kids if you have them, can return dividends throughout their life. One interesting secret about number 3. Having a housekeeper come in regularly also motivates you to keep things tidy so that they can get in and clean things. Like, if your housekeeper comes in every other Wednesday, by Tuesday you're making sure of things like making sure that the floors are clear to vacuum, you don't have stuff piled on your tables or counters and stuff like that. If you have the tendency to let things get cluttered, it definitely motivates you to keep things tidy. Tailored clothing. Wearing clothing that fits correctly is more comfortable, looks better, and tends to be of a quality that lasts longer. Adding on that, you don't have to get bespoke or designer clothes, then have them tailored. You can thrift high-quality pieces and have them altered to fit you perfectly. I have 2 coats from the 80s that cost me $25 together that I had altered for $160 total, and they are beautiful, impeccably fitted, and will last me the rest of my life. I recently bought a pair of early 90s men's Calvin Klein jeans, $10, then had them tailored to fit me $18. And not only do I get compliments on them all the time, they have functional pockets and are much higher quality than most modern women's designer jeans. The quality of most consumer goods have tanked in the last couple decades, but good pieces are still hanging out in resale shops waiting to be worn for another 30+ years. Especially for a special event, wedding, award ceremony, etc. If you pay a tailor to customize every aspect of your suit, pant length, waist, crotch length, leg taper, shirt sleeves, shirt width, jacket, etc., you'll look like James Bond, or the female equivalent. You don't even have to be in particularly good shape or anything. It's just that you look sloppy when your pants are an inch too long, or there's too much room in your crotch, or there's excess shirt fabric that couldn't be tucked in. Most people couldn't tell you why, but they would subconsciously perceive you better when all of the little details are perfect. Most people don't understand how big a difference 1 inch can make in your clothing. Movers, 100%. Worth their weight in gold. Absolutely. I used to have the mindset of, I'll die before I pay someone to move my stuff. It used to take me forever to get settled into a new house because I would be completely exhausted once I loaded and unloaded everything. It's so much easier to just pack everything into boxes, have movers move it for you, then you spend your energy unpacking and getting settled in instead of unloading and unloading. Professional mover of 17 years here, and unsurprisingly, I'm inclined to agree. Good movers with proper equipment can move your whole house in a fraction of the time it'd take you while disassembling what needs to be disassembled and wrapping everything that needs protecting. You don't have to worry about renting and returning a poorly maintained U-Haul or coercing your friends to help, and your backs will thank you. Budget movers off Kijiji are a gamble, though. It's always recommended to read reviews.